Now, what about the nature of angels? What are they like? The nature of a thing has to do with its natural characteristics. I want you to list some of the things that angels are like, because you got to know them, and I hope you appreciate them more after this session. First of all, they are creatures. That's number one, creatures. The word creatures means they were created. These are created beings. They were called forth out of nothing by the mighty power of God. Angels were created. That's important to remember, because it contrasts them with Jesus, the Son of God. He was not created. Whatever God created has to be sustained by God. We are not told the exact time of their creation, but we know that before man appeared, they had long been in existence. Matter of fact, the rebellion of those under Satan had already taken place before we appeared on the planet. And it left two classes of angels. It left good angels and it left evil angels. Beings created by God. Now, being created beings, they are refused worship, and man on his part is forbidden to worship them. That's the first reason why they shouldn't be worshipped. They were created. Anything that God created must not be worshipped. I will repeat. Anything that God created must not be worshipped. Jesus said, "Thou shalt worship God, and him only shalt thou serve." The word God means self-existing one. That means if something doesn't need anything to exist, it qualifies as being God. The angels were created, therefore they depend on God. The word create is the Hebrew word bara, which means to form from nothing. It also means to be sustained by where you were formed from. So angels disqualify for being worshipped. That is why when Lucifer demanded worship, he had to be removed. He was asking for the impossible. Are you with me? For him to be worshipped, he had to be God. And you can't be God unless you can exist by yourself. So angels are created beings, therefore they cannot be worshipped. That's why God hates you to bow down to stone and to wood and to kiss concrete. God hates it when you bow down to snakes and the animals. That's why God has a problem really with people bowing down to animals, because animals are created beings. In some religions, people actually worship animals. This is satanic, it's ungodly, not because it's a bad thing, but because it's impossible to worship something that was created. That's why God told every time the children of Israel, when you go into a town, break down every idol, ground it into powder, put it in the river. Burn down every high altar, destroy the people who worship these things. Why? I don't want this contamination to enter Israel, he says. I am God and only me. I am jealous of anything that tries to get any worship. Colossians 2:18 says, "Do not let anyone who delights in false humility and the worship of angels disqualify you for the prize." Angels are the spirits, they say, of departed or glorified human beings. That is not true. The Bible doesn't teach that. Angels are not departed human spirits. I repeat, angels are not ghosts of humans and spirits like you Bohemians say. No, no way. As a matter of fact, there's distinction, very clear in the Bible, between angels and saints. No confusion. An angel is not the spirits of departed or glorified human beings. 2 Peter chapter 10 verse 11 says, 2 Peter 1, chapter 1 verse 10 to 11 says, "This is especially true of those who despise authority. Bold and arrogant, these men are not afraid to slander celestial beings. Yet even angels, although they are more powerful, do not bring slanderous accusations against such beings in the presence of the Lord."